My last video on Saber Showdown got so much love and you guys wanted me to do an advanced tutorial on this game, so here we go. Keep in mind guys that this video is now targeted to the advanced players and I will just go through the advanced mechanics. If you are new to the game and you actually want to know the basics and everything, go check out my other video that's gonna be linked in the top right corner in the info box right now. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. As you probably already know, you're gonna first celebrate with a training place. So now we load it in and you're gonna press play. Oh, I think there's an update. Oh, that's actually a nice update. I didn't know that actually. We will just now split this video again in sections and I will just probably display it right there that you can see. And I will just go through each of the mechanics. It's just probably going to be a bit shorter than my last video because these are just short advanced mechanics and you actually like rather do than speak, so it's learning by doing. Alright, the first thing we're going to talk about is not actually a mechanic, it's like more of a knowledge type of thing. This topic is basically going to be the damage factors in general. So if you don't know what damage factors are, like basically you are in different stances, which means that these different stances actually represents how much damage you take and how much damage you do. So let me break it down to you guys. So there are 3 stances in general. So the first stance is gonna be just walking. It's done by holding shift. As you can see, I'm now walking. The second stance is gonna be just running, like basic, without holding anything, just like the normal keys. The third stance is gonna be jumping and holding and jumping in general. In the running stance, you actually take more damage and deal less damage. So this means that actually the running state or the running stance is the worst one. Try to avoid using it. Like running is just going from place to place. So if you actually want to fight, you actually need to walk, because when you're walking you will actually deal more damage and take less damage. So walking is always the best option you can make. So try to hold the shift button as many times as possible, because it's actually going to help you be an advantage of running users. Last stance is jumping, like when you jump and maybe do an attack in the middle air. Jumping is basically like gamble, like you deal more damage but you also take more damage, so it's like more of high risk high reward thing. I will probably avoid using it because sometimes like you can use it to switch up your game style a bit, but I would rather avoid using it. Just maybe like when you're at low stamina bar and you're actually about to die, you can use it to actually like gamble a bit and try like maybe to deal like very high damage. But I will highly suggest you to walk as much times as possible. It actually helps a lot, trust me guys. So moving on, we are now getting to the combos. Basically combos are actually pretty easy. Like if you watch my last video, you actually know that your swings actually are based on your movement keys and you can actually chain them together by either holding or tapping the attack button or the left like mouse click button, and you can actually like string them together if your timing is correct. So you can go into practice mode and practice a bit when you actually need to tap so that you actually chain your combos. I'm pretty sure it varies between form users, so I think like the red one can actually do only 3 combos because that's like kind of a nerf thing, because the red form actually drains the stamina so fast. It would be too OP if it did like a lot of damage. I think the other one can actually do 4. So to put that into numbers, the window of the combo approximately lasts about 1 to 2 frames and it opens for 1.1 seconds after a hit lands. If you chain the combo, the second, third and fourth combo will actually deal less damage. It's just a nerf because then it would actually be too OP. Keep in mind though that you can't combo in the same direction. The next thing we're going to talk about is swing blocking, and it's actually my top favorite one. I actually use it all the time, or as much as often as I do walking. So you should probably utilize it in your fighting style. So swing blocking is basically when if you don't know Battlefront, this is actually a common mechanic. Swing blocking is basically when you're hitting your opponent and blocking right after. It's not like really complicated, you actually just hit and immediately block. The function of this is you can't get disarmed and can't be slapped. Alright guys, now we're getting to the more complicated stuff. that I actually didn't understand first, but I'ma try to explain it the easiest way to you guys, so you probably didn't know about it. But there's a mechanic called the attack chain count and multiplier. Basically what it does is it actually increases your damage each swing, and the higher your attack chain multiplier, the higher each swing's damage is. You probably don't understand anything. I will just do the shortcuts. ACC for attack chain count, ACM for attack multiplier count. ACC is just built by hitting your opponent successfully. And what I mean with that is that you actually hit your opponent when the circle turns red. As you can see, it turns red. Hit your opponent. So as you can see now, I'm hitting the opponent. This will beat up my ACC, and you get 1 ACC from 1 hit, and it doesn't stack up on combos. So if you do a 4-hit combo, you will actually get only 1 ACC. ACC will convert into ACM, but that actually varies from the forms. Actually, ACC count represents 1 ACM count. I will just display you right here which form will basically grant you, based on what ACC you have, how much ACM you get. Any successful hits after you get 1 ACM will directly add up your ACM. Yeah, basically I didn't tell you guys, but if the opponent perfect blocks and the circle lights yellow, it actually means that you can't build up ACC. So it cannot be built when your opponent perfect blocks your swings. You actually need to successfully land them, and when the circle flashes red, your damage will be going up super fast. And this is actually just added so that duels won't last like 4 hours. It's just basically, this mechanic is just like to actually make these fights like actually have less time, so that you won't lose the fun of it. And yeah, if you actually get hit, like when you block and the opponent hits you, you don't perfect block it, you actually lose ACC. Like for example, if I had 3 ACC, if I hit the opponent 3 times and he doesn't perfect block, and he actually managed to get me and I don't perfect block him, I would lose 1 ACC in all forms besides of blue and cyan. Blue and cyan lose 2 ACC, and this actually is just because blue and cyan have a significant higher attack speed. And actually the best way to build this ACM that you actually want to obtain in the fights, to actually have a great opportunity to actually beat your opponent, is by doing 2 other mechanics. The first one is gonna be half swinging. Half swinging is basically when you use an animation of the swing and you actually wait the animation to finish, and you actually do another move right after the animation ends. So you will see the second move is gonna be way faster. You could probably try to train it with purple or any color you like, but I highly suggest you guys to actually start out with the highest attack speed, yes, which is gonna be, let's just use red. As you can see, the attack speed is way bigger, and when you half swing, the second swing is gonna be way fast. So try to practice this. Half swinging actually helps you build meter very fast by striking the opponent like very fast with faster animations. But the other technique that you can actually use to build up ACM very fast is to shadow swing. Not shadow swing like only, but in combination with half swinging. Shadow swinging is basically when you, as the name states, swing, and actually when you like aim to hit your opponent without being hit by yourself. Let's just say like I walk towards this person and you are just try to like hit your opponent with the early animations, and if you like combine it like with shadow swing, you actually like it will switch up your game style and you actually like become like very unpredictable. That's the key. I also stated this in my last video. Being unpredictable is the key of actually winning a fight in this game. So keep that in mind, guys. It's like really important to switch up your game style. Don't stick to like one playstyle. Cycle through each like playstyle and try to find your best one. That's like the first step. But actually try to like utilize other techniques that maybe you don't like really much using. Actually try to implement them. Try to switch it up. because it will help you like a lot. Like I used to always try to like only combo, like I thought like combo is the only thing that actually helps you, but it doesn't. You need to half swing, you need to yaw, you need to shadow swing, you need to like actually like have a basic understanding of how to actually build up ACC and ACM. Like it's the key. If you get an opponent that actually knows these kind of things and you don't utilize them, you are automatically in a disadvantage. Now coming to these new dummies, I'm not gonna cycle to each them because that's just gonna take too long. But if you find yourself having problems against some type of Saber style or Saber in general, feel free to practice it right here. Yeah, I think that's it guys for this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to make another Saber Showdown video. Like you guys showed me general love in my first video. If you like got any questions left, feel free to comment in the section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider to leave a like on my videos. I just need some feedback guys. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. But for now, see you guys.